Hey everyone, welcome to Pretty Smart. Tonight we got the guys with us from Brilliant Swag. We are going to be talking about survivor silence and systematic power. But I do want to get caught up on the conversation Tuesday because I heard it got real hectic. So I want to hear some pointers that you guys have discussed so far.
Well, you know, my biggest thing was I think I got heated when I was talking about his personal assistant and how much is she at fault. Just like I was thinking of Jeffrey Epstein's assistant, you think of Harvey Weinstein's assistant. You think of all of these people. They have a personal assistant who's like number one at their hip
Mhm.
that don't know of these things, but know of these things because you're coordinating events. People say, "Well, you don't know when you're coordinating events." You know. And then
Yeah.
also when you're the one doing the follow-up calls after the event to make sure and remind everybody to be on their P's and Q's, I think that person is shouldn't be as punished. But I mean, it's terrible. And especially if it's a woman helping put women in these positions. That was my point of view.
Speaking of women, well, I do kind of have input on that too. But speaking of the women, I did come across a post that was saying it was. I guess it was like a either a text or a conversation between Cassie and Nicki Minaj, and Nicki was basically telling her to just suck everything up and just go with the flow. Like you're getting paid, just do what they're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do, basically. And that just threw me a loop because as a woman, you would want to stick by another woman's side, especially if she's going through stuff that you probably went through as well in the industry. So
I
that
think
really just messed
so.
me up.
I think that was a fake message.
You think so? Okay. I
I,
hope it was because that
I
was
believe that was fake.
okay.
I think it was fake, but why would that throw you for a loop when a lot of women, older women, and when I say older, I'm talking 30 and older, handed down that from a lot of women of you do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, that is true.
You
That
know,
is true.
that's just what you have to deal with. Endure. And I think that's part of the problem. That hand me down issue. You ladies have heard from older women of, well, you'll see, well, we've been together 30 years. He's cheated on me 4 times, but I held this family together.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
I don't.
not holding the family together. I'm leaving.
That's a general curse. Got to break.
I'm out of there.
Yeah,
I
Mike,
don't.
you might want to be quiet on this subject, Mike.
I think I'm surprised that he's actually even agreeing to this though, because
No,
like
I give him shit, but Mike is
no, but for real, like the men are like they. I feel like they like it when it's like the old times for them, but not the old times for when
Us.
it comes to us.
ah, debatable.
no, we
It,
don't because and the ones who don't, we get called betas. But no, we don't. And me
No,
and OJ are what 20 years apart.
yeah,
I just turned 47 Sunday. I don't believe in that. I know men older than we do, and some people my age that do, but that's not. Mm-mm.
yeah. Congratulations, by the way. But it's like no. It. I see your point, but as far as men liking it the old timey way, I would say that's only if I mean, that's only if like they've been listening to like Andrew Tate and like Fresh and Fit and stuff like that.
it
Like
is a lot.
nobody's
Like
really
Chicago stuff. Go ahead. Go
it,
ahead.
it it just depends. So like okay, I see your point where you're saying maybe the aspect of how men would be dominant in most decisions and things like that. But I feel like the thing that can get misconstrued now as far as how men want to establish dominance or like their masculinity, whatever you may want to consider it, it's more so just them having a certain way they may want to lead, whether it may be the best way or not, and allowing them to be able to like figure that out as they go versus you being like, well, that's the wrong way, this is the right way. It's just kind of like it's not really about right or wrong. I have to learn how to lead because as a regardless as a man, I have to know how to do that. In any situation, whether I'm following or leading, I need to know how to lead if I want to be a good man.
And what is leading to you? What exactly is that to you?
That's a loaded question. That's honestly that's a loaded question for me to like really
I
want to get into.
I agree. It's a loaded question because leading to me is dependent upon the significant other at the time because it's going to be different for each one. I've dated women
Mhm.
where the leading to me was I was in charge of everything. And my ex-wife leading to me was I didn't worry about a lot of stuff. I didn't worry about the finances. I wasn't leading on what was going on in terms of household repairs. She had a list of everything that needed to be done. So my leadership shifted based on who I was.
And
Listen, it's
But
too
then that's
many.
not
It's,
leading though.
it's too many. What do you mean? Leading is different.
that is
I'm
part of
saying no,
leading.
it's not leading. I'm
But
saying
that's
like
part of leading though.
if you're
Well,
not if you're not doing anything, if you're
no.
letting the
Whoa,
woman
whoa,
do
whoa, whoa,
everything,
whoa,
not
whoa,
even say woman, if a woman's
whoa,
letting a man do everything,
whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa.
When did we ever say we weren't doing
Oh, I
anything?
didn't say I wasn't doing anything, but a part of being a good leader and leading is knowing when to lead and when not to lead.
Yeah, it's a difference between leading and controlling.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't have to do. It really depends on who you're with. Listen,
Yes.
there's too many bad bitches out here now. If you think your bad bitch wife is about to turn into Mama Two Shoes with the flip flops on and the house coat and pop out kids and get fat, those days are over.
but
Okay.
that's what I was leading to with like some men. They really, I don't want to say all men. Everybody's different, but there's a lot of men that question women's roles in the relationships when it comes to the traditional ways of us, nurturing, cooking, cleaning, all that traditional stuff. But then we're also providing, and then when that comes in, it's like so, like, and it's like, why is it like that when back in the day the women didn't provide? They weren't working, they were at home
They
doing
definitely were active housewives, taking care of the
exactly.
home.
So now that the dynamics have changed,
Well,
and
but there's two reasons for that. The first reason was you guys weren't allowed to do any of that other stuff. That's number one. You weren't allowed to have a credit card. You weren't allowed to own anything. You weren't allowed to buy a car. You weren't allowed to have a bank account. What other choice did
And
you have? You weren't
and
allowed to do
to
those things.
and to add
And
to
then,
that,
and then number
another
two,
part of it is some women, they're not trying to make it clear the fact that they can do that as well. They're trying to make it clear they're either doing that equal or better than us, and at least half the time that's not even our point in the first place, and that's why we may become offended in some instances.
and then number two, society has made it that if you're not making a certain amount of money, it is very hard to survive in a
Oh
one
yes.
income home.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
another part of it. And then number three, I've actually met women that don't want to do it. Well, I met a girl. I was so it made me so sad. I was like, "Well, what's your?" She was dating one of my friends. I said, "Well, what do you want out of life?" She goes, "Oh, I just want to be a good housewife and have the kids. That's it." Yeah.
But
Okay.
some
I mean,
people
that's what she
won't
wants
be
to
doing
do.
that though.
That's what
Some
she
people
wants to
want
do.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with that though? Not
There's
saying
Nothing.
not
like that's
anything
not something
wrong
that
with
I would
it.
do, but
That.
that's what's wrong with that. If she's a
There's
woman, she's bearing children. That's a lot. That is a lot that
there's
men
Yeah,
don't
nothing.
we do
understand.
take on a lot. Yeah.
I don't think it's anything wrong with that. I think the problem comes in is if you're thinking like that without anything goal oriented in place. Like you're just like pop kids out, wife, baby, mama. Here
That's
we are.
Right, we're
Life's
not doing
good.
that.
that's
Nothing
my
more.
problem. I used to do counseling sessions in my 30s, and I used
Is
to
it Donna?
30s, and I used to tell the ladies all the time, okay, you're a housewife, you're at home. Once you drop the kids off, what are you doing? Are you taking online courses? Are you just do some? That's the problem that happened back in the day when those men would dump them after they done raised the kids and all of that, and the man's been going to the gym and working, and he's financially stable. Then he leaves them for the younger chick. Now you're sitting here undesirably looking,
Yeah.
no money, no education, no all of that. And then now you're another miserable woman that your man treated you wrong. What did
Mhm.
you do to set yourself up for success? Because, hey, newsflash, every marriage isn't a fairy tale ending.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And
my
Mm.
problem.
also, Also,
That's what.
Ms. Vaughn, I do agree that a lot of women
Yeah, I
are in
agree.
a
I do.
masculine state. They just may not realize it as well. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. It's
Trying to
just
get
is
that
what it
way from
is.
No, I
trying to
agree.
No,
survive.
I
We
agree
are
Yeah,
in
too.
it's
that.
true. A lot of women have no choice but to be in that because of
That's
men are
also
not
true.
leading.
And
Men
that's
are
what
not
I'm
leading how they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to be leading, and it's leading us women to get into
to
that
step
masculine
up.
state. And it's not.
I can't disagree with
I
that.
was
Yeah.
I was brought up on tradition, so I get it. I get it both ways. Like I've lived it too. I've also lived it to where the man was married in a home and he took care of everything. But I felt stuck in that sense. Like, no, I can't just sit here and just not do anything. So I
Right.
did things like Keone said, making sure that I was, hitting my goals too, bringing in money too, and bringing in businesses and stuff like that as well. No matter if that was the situation, like
Mhm.
it's certain women
Well,
that
I
do
just
go
wish
through.
they would do both. I used to say women this,
Mhm.
women that until I stopped dating girls and started dating women. And I feel like every time
Right.
I've,
Yeah.
in my own experience, where
The
I've had a
difference.
female friend that's talking about men, this, men, that, you out here dating these boys. Date a man. When you
Mm-hmm.
date a man,
Yeah.
you don't have that
Oh,
option.
You ain't gonna have that issue if you
that's
have, yeah, if you're dating and eat both ways, women or you're not gonna have that masculinity to where like, oh, I gotta control everything. When you have a man that wants to take care of everything, like your masculinity definitely dies down. You do not. You're gonna sit back and you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, and you're gonna help build that
That's facts.
that foundation.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you realize, dang, like this person has never actually dealt with a like problems before, like actual
Mhm.
problems in a relationship. You're like, dang, they've never even done this the proper way.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Well, that's
Mhm.
also a lot of people who get into relationships, they ignore the red flags or they get into it too early, or you haven't figured each other out and you're just dating in the relationship. And then that's just another toxic relationship that ends. And now it's another X against men, and there's another X against men or another X against women. That's why I used to tell every girlfriend, I am not here to make up for every terrible mistake you decided to date. Don't put
Mhm.
that on me.
That
And vice
happens.
versa.
Yep, that does
Yeah.
happen.
And vice
mm,
versa. I'm not a woman, so I'm just talking from my male perspective.
Yeah. No, I get that. I
Are
get
we
I got you
are we
back. You
basing
good?
this on the power? Are we basing this on the reason that the situation where people stayed silent or stayed was because of the pattern of power or the pattern of control? What do you think it was when it came to the situations with the young ladies that didn't get to speak up in this situation
I
in
think
this
it's a
moment?
mixture of both.
I used to
Mhm.
live this way until my husband now. Well, Donna, you're married to a beta, so you know
And there's
whoa,
nothing wrong with that. There's
whoa,
nothing wrong with that.
whoa, whoa
Mike's
there.
Mike's soft as baby tissue. No,
Whoa,
There is nothing
whoa.
wrong with that.
Not
Beta.
too much on me. Not too
That
much on
whole
me.
alpha,
So
beta,
that's what a
all
beta is.
no, I'm
See,
just
I'm lost.
I make a joke because you have these alpha males in here that if you do anything that's considered not manly, like telling your girlfriend about your feelings, you're a beta. Or like we're talking about leading. Oh, because hey, my ex-wife, she used to do it. She did it a couple times. She's like, "Hey, let's go out to dinner. I'm paying tonight." How could you let her pay? Well, she wanted to pay. Well, I mean, shit.
I
I
Well,
don't
don't
know. I
think that
don't.
makes you beta. But I do feel like there are men like that that like really get offended when you I've done that before. I've literally slipped my card to the waiter and the man is like, "What are you doing?" Like getting
What are
real
you
mad.
doing?
And it's like,
I
"Well,
don't get
Yeah.
offended by
I'm
that
trying to
anymore.
treat you, baby,
I say now, look, you
Yeah,
can't
I
do
want to
that
see
on
him
the
getting
first
mad,
date.
like getting
Well,
mad
no,
is
not on the first
like
date, of course
Okay,
not.
okay,
But
okay.
yeah,
All right.
no, I don't
I
act
remember
like that.
somebody tried to give me like a whole lecture because my like I had for some odd reason like I left my card at home, just whatever situation it was, but I already planned on
hmm
paying.
very nice.
And so funny. So whatever reason, she ended up having to pay, but like I was on Cash App her, and I'm just like, yo, how much was it? I'm gonna cash like da da da.
My cash app's
Lady
not working.
literally like comes up, pulls me to the side, is like, yo, you shouldn't be having her pay for da da da. I'm like, hold up.
I'm like, get your ass
I'm
Like
like,
you all over here in our
like, bro,
situation.
hold up. And then had the audacity to be like, well, why didn't you have it on you? Why didn't you have it on? I'm like, because I'm human and I'm a human being. I
No, you
made
gotta
a
be perfect. You
mistake.
know.
What the
Somebody
fuck?
did that to me.
What the
Somebody
fuck?
did that to me once, not knowing I had just gave her $200 and we were eating before we walked in for something else, and I said, "Oh, just take it out, just give it to him out of the 200." Like, you don't know what's going on with people. Why are you all in people business?
Right.
Exactly.
And there is
Yeah,
nothing
Like,
wrong with the lady paying for a meal.
it's not.
I
I've
still
done
feel
it.
some type
I've
of
done it a
way
lot of
when my
times.
wife
Yeah.
pays for my meals. I still feel some type of way when she pays for my meals. But
even
yeah,
and you know what? I do too, even with my girl, because it's like,
yeah, I'm
even
gonna let her
though
though. I'm
sometimes
gonna let her.
I'm gonna let it happen, but it's like even them sometimes I'll be like, damn, this shit
That
do feel
doesn't
kind
make
of
you
weird
I'm
baby.
though.
like,
Like
That
I ain't
I'm
doesn't
gonna
like,
make
lie,
you
it'd
yo,
be like this shit do feel kind of
I think it's
weird
more like a
though. Like,
pride. I think it's more like a pride thing. 'Cause I was like, yo, let me, if you're gonna pay, let me get your card, and I just hand the card to them.
yeah, like I
You
feel
know
like
that
one
way.
custom, like I feel like one normal custom is like I'll usually pay for the meal, she do the tip. I feel like that's very normal.
Hmm.
I like that.
So yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing
I
wrong with
usually pay for everything.
Hey, look, you ain't got it. You ain't got it.
Yeah, if you ain't
that's
got
also
it,
true too.
You ain't got it. You ain't got
it's
it.
okay.
You know,
It's all right. And you shouldn't be looked at differently if you don't.
Yeah,
Then I do
Denzel.
got it. Because if you ain't got it, I got it.
Denzel.
Depending on what date it is, you should look at them
Hey,
a
but
little different, but all respect.
I remember Denzel Washington in an interview when somebody said, "You know, you and your wife, you've been together so long. It's been such a great marriage. Like, how do you? Is it because you've learned that marriage is 50-50?" He's like, "What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense." This comes to my leading question. He goes, "Marriage is never 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30 me. Sometimes it's 60-40 her. Sometimes it's 30."
right.
He's like, it changes depending on the
Yeah.
situation, where
And
we're
it
at, what we're
should.
doing. And if
Yeah.
you don't know how to navigate that, if you always need to be in the lead, if you always need to be in charge, the one moment where you can't be in charge, then your pride gets hurt.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
is true.
And we're taught that way to if, for it to make you feel less of a man. And it's usually the people who telling you yes of a man that you're less of a man who haven't done even as nearly as much manly things that you've done that
That's
but they
facts.
consider manly.
you
Hmm.
Like,
should really have no pride between you and your
yeah.
significant
I
other.
mean, it's just like that. But go back to September. September was saying, I think it's three things. September. You said control, right? And then
Yeah.
you said power, but also, and this is the argument that me and Sydney got into. I like to think that I would make the greatest moral decisions all the time, especially if money's involved. But I also have
Yeah.
never had $3 million in my account.
Okay.
You know what? And that's a perspective. I'm sorry,
So
I
that
kind
would
of
be
jumped
what?
in there.
Power or
Yeah,
control? You're controlling with the money.
Yeah.
The,
Power. 'Cause he
mhm.
has the
I
but
think power and control go
see,
hand in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I said
They
both.
but
definitely
see, hold
do.
on, y'all. But see, hold on, y'all. It's like you can easily jump to power control, but you also have to like really try to put yourself in the shoes of like some of these situations when it comes to money. Like it may not always be just okay, boom, you're set. It's like sometimes it's they're already in debt, and that is just part of them getting back.
that's the control.
What
Either
they
that
owe.
or it's like you got somebody in a hospital and like a critical, and I know this is like one-offs technically, but it's like critical condition,
No, it's
your
not one
And
off.
family
you finally get the money.
situations, you just trying to make sure you can get out your mama house because she a drug addict. Like you don't really understand certain situations where it's like they don't even care what it is no more. It's like I ain't gonna lie, the 3 mil more important than my moral boundary or my moral compass right now.
Like you're
As
not
wrong as
thinking
that
it's
is
that
that
far,
we
right?
Mhm.
can see that, it's like in that moment you don't understand how low their moral compasses already had to go.
Yeah, because why did
I do
Cassie?
say
Why
that
would
too.
Cassie? Because
That's
why
when
did
I
jealousy.
was
Cassie?
just about to say, yeah. Go ahead, John.
Because
Exactly what
why
I was
did Cassie
thinking.
not want the video to come out when it was going to come out about the hotel? She had a very big
Because of
project.
her reputation. Yeah, it was because of her reputation of
Wait,
what
hold
they would
on.
think.
It's a no. She had a giant project coming out, and that would have ruined that for her.
Right. It would have ruined her.
Ruined
It would have ruined it for
It
the
wouldn't.
project.
No, it wasn't going
The
to ruin.
hotel one, I don't think it would have
No,
really ruined
it's not
her.
going to ruin her reputation. But the thing is, it distracts from what was going on.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
You know,
So
it
It's
distract.
like
distracts.
it wouldn't have ruined her reputation, but it
I
would
want
have ruined the money she could make because she has that project coming out.
Project
no, no,
coming
no.
out.
That's
Although
not.
she
That's
may, but I'm just saying part of it. Go ahead, my fault.
yeah. Okay, let's say I'm an actor, right? And I finally land the biggest role. I land a $10 million role. I'm the victim I'm still going to keep the role, but what I don't want to do with working on the happiest thing of my life, the biggest accomplishment, is to everywhere I go have cameras in my face, have to answer questions. Every interview I do for the movie, they want to bring it up the question in the interview. That's what she didn't want to deal with.
That's also true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
it's not losing
publicity.
the
Yeah.
money, but what you're all saying is things that happen. But being the victim, you don't lose all that. If you're the perpetrator, yeah. When you're the victim, no. But that's a lot to go through when you're trying to have something big coming up. So I could see that from her side.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, OJ, is totally correct.
So would you guys say that's being blackballed, like her being blackballed or something like that, like in a sense of
Absolutely.
that?
No, she
Not
wouldn't have been
not in
blackballed.
that
Yeah,
case.
It's
and
just
I
what I
can
said.
say,
No.
Yeah,
I
she
would
wouldn't have
say
been
it
blackballed.
is. It may not be like clear cut blackball, but it's definitely being blackballed in a sense
Hmm.
because now it's, for example, she technically, and I'm lack of better words, she didn't have a whole lot wrong done in this situation. She's been more so the victim. Yet, what have we heard from Cassie as far as music, anything? So
Oh,
it's
I
like
think she
it's
was meaning was she blackballed from what I was saying? Oh, this is a different question. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
like she wasn't blackballed from that video itself, but like what you're saying with her music not being put out, he
like
was
her
hoping that
career
You're like,
since
what's the cost of
anything.
it? The
he
cost
had the
of
Like, you
just
power.
know,
He
when
had the power of her
oh,
that's
that
career.
always
started.
the
That
case.
started.
Like
That started way before the video. Yeah,
Yeah, way
yeah,
before.
years before the
But
video.
but
he
I
also had a video, a sex video of her that he
Nah,
didn't want to, that
right,
she
but
didn't want
it's
to put
like, but
out.
that's what I'm
So
saying. Y'all were saying, does it count as blackballed? I thought that's what you meant. I feel like she technically did get blackballed because
yeah.
well,
it's
she
like,
did, but not
even
because of
if
that video, that of the hotel video, not the
okay,
hotel
if not
video,
because of
but
that video, but in
generally,
general, I would say yes, she got
yeah,
blackballed. Whether it was this
Yeah.
industry or by just Diddy alone, it was she
yeah. No,
absolutely got
that's what I was
blackballed.
asking. So
yeah,
the reason that I said that was because of what we were talking about. Like, okay, do you think she didn't want that to come out because of the risk of being blackballed,
No,
the
because she was
risk
already
of
blackballed already.
yeah. She,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
What OJ
at that point,
said.
she wanted the video to come out.
Yeah. OJ.
Hmm.
Well, no. So we're messing up the timelines. You're all right, but the timelines are messed up. OJ's right. She's been blackballed for a while. When
Hmm.
that specific video was coming out, I can't remember if it was a movie. It was some project. I got to look it up. I had it on Tuesday and I said it and it escaped my mind because I wasn't thinking about talking about it today. Had a major project coming out and I think it had to involve a movie. And then she didn't want to deal with that while going through that. But the blackballing process had already started. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why she
that's
was
for a long
dealing
time
with the
ago.
movie. So yeah,
Hmm.
you're all correct.
Yeah, no, I was saying as far as like the hotel goes, by the time all of that happened, once she like start once she started suing him or putting out that she was gonna sue him, I feel like that's when she wanted everything to come out. She wanted them to, make that
Hmm.
video come out. So
When
I would
people say
say,
why do they wait so long, it's like trying to tell them you're not ready to stand against the people who created your trauma until you've not maybe necessarily healed, but you get to a place where you've healed enough that now that because you have to relive all that stuff.
hmm
Is
And if you're
that and
not ready to
it's
relive all that stuff,
Yeah, you do.
while you're
there
healing.
is that, and it's like it's not even just reliving it. Like you're
That's a
having to
mental
relive it
thing.
like vividly
Yeah,
because now
yeah.
you're in court. That means
You're in court. I can
you're
tell
Telling
probably
y'all.
story.
running
You're
you're
telling
probably
the
running through the story
story.
like at least 10 times a week, or in just a
Yeah.
few days you're rerunning the whole story.
10 times a week, you're doing it at 10
Like
times on stand because you know when
the
they do that cross examination, they're going to ask you the same question 10 times, 10
1,000
different
times.
ways. 10
see,
different
I'm just giving
ways.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
It's just
just to
like,
make sure it's the same
and
thing. You're
then
saying the same thing.
not only that, you're dealing with that and the fact that he himself is going to have his own powers, his own ways of manipulating the entire thing. So
like he's doing
it's a
now.
whole lot that
Mhm.
you're having to, what we'll see is like, just do it. For you, it's like, no, this could take like half of my life
Yeah,
to
well,
like get straight. For
Yeah.
real, for
in
real.
Yeah,
terms
it's
of
trauma. It's a lot of stuff that you deal with that, like that
And
you
now
got to
the
think
world,
about.
so
Some
now the
details,
world,
I was like, sheesh. Whew.
now
Like,
the
you know,
world,
10, 20 years is
And
a
she was
lifetime for
pregnant
some
too, right?
people. This is essentially like a lifetime for
Yes,
her that's gone.
that's decades. Yes, it
yeah.
Like,
is.
bro,
That's
that's
what
gone.
I'm
She
saying.
that is part of that is years of her life, decades of her life gone.
And she
and she's
started
probably gonna
Mhm.
lose
young.
more because of this shit. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone.
yeah. Do y'all
And
feel
it's a
like
matter
her
of what
career is
happens
over
to her
now?
kids when she get older. Like
Like the
That's up
career
to
they're
she
gonna
her.
was
see
in,
that.
do y'all feel like it's over?
I think as far as her career being over, that's 100% up to her. Um,
I,
I don't
I
think
think
her
Didn't say
that should. I
that.
think it's gonna make her career stand out even more. To be
well,
honest, it
I
should.
I think
it's
she's
it's
done.
it's yes and
You
no.
think she done?
No,
I
no.
think she. I think that I don't think that she even maybe. I don't think that she wants to be in the spotlight like that. I think that
she
I
probably
think
don't want to
she
mess with the
probably will go
industry. Yeah,
solo. She wouldn't. She probably would do what most artists do. Like some of
that
them represent
independent.
themselves. They wouldn't go into representation from like in big places like that. Like Megan Thee Stallion. You remember how
Yeah.
she
No.
started doing her own stuff, and then August Alsina he started doing his own stuff. Kendrick Lamar, all of them they all started doing their own thing.
Yeah, but that's still the
I
limelight.
see her
That's
doing that.
they didn't that doesn't take you out of the limelight. I think
Hmm.
it's a yes and no. Is her career over? No. But the thing
Mm-mm.
is it over? Yes. Meaning every artist has a prime. Her prime period
Oh,
has
her
passed,
prime.
it's
It
Oh,
has.
that
gone.
makes
where
That's
she
that
could
gone.
does
have
make
gotten where
sense. Like
she
no,
could have gotten the biggest that she would have gotten. That part has passed already. Can she
Yeah.
still make music and put out albums and do all that? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it really gonna go anywhere?
I
No.
mean it's
Her,
Cassie,
her, her
so
Good.
she'll
regardless
have a
if everyone thinks
following.
she's
If
a
it's
victim or not,
good,
her reputation is ruined.
it doesn't
Like
matter if
all of
it's
that
she
good.
stuff she
might.
went through, her reputation is
It
ruined.
doesn't matter
But
if it's good. No,
that's the thing though.
every artist that has been through a scandal, if they put out some hot shit, it still went. If you go through a scandal and you put out some garbage, it ain't gonna go
It's
Well,
nowhere.
gonna
come on,
flop.
and that's what I
Right.
mean. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved a couple of her songs, but were they like something that was like top notch that was gonna make
No.
it? No, and
No,
is it
I
gonna
think
still
she
do
That's
that?
made
like
actually some of those songs talking about Diddy. Like
Diddy.
if y'all think of, go back and listen to some of those songs that she's
Oh wait, hold
made.
on, hold on, hold
I
on,
think
hold on,
she's done. That's why I said
hold
she.
on,
Yes.
hold on. Dre,
Me and You. Have you guys heard
That's my
Me and You?
jam.
Listen
Yeah,
to
every
Me
song
and
you
I
You.
ain't gonna lie,
that's,
that's my jam
that's the
too. But
only
That's
yeah,
song
my
people
song.
can
she
Listen
name.
to
was.
Watch,
Me and You.
watch. That's the only song people can name. Dre, name a Cassie song.
Me.
Official girl. Official girl.
Kashay, okay,
Oh,
Kashay,
Official Girl.
That's
Yeah.
my
Kashay.
favorite
now
song is
Diddy.
"Long Way to Go."
Now Diddy.
Okay,
Oh damn.
September. It
Mine
can't
says
be
Me and
me and you.
You.
No, you can't. It can't be me and you in a long way to go. Go ahead, September. Name a Cassie
I'm
song.
trying to think. Okay, let me hold on. Wait a minute, because I was
OJ?
listening.
Me and
Dun,
you.
dun, dun,
You can't
dun.
say
Can't
me
say
and you
That's
in
the
me
a
and
only
long
one
way
that
to
keeps
go.
coming to my head.
Oh, I can't say Me and You. My fault. Let
you.
me think of another Cassie song.
You can't say you can't start with
He's trying to do
Uh,
That was my
something here.
jam.
He's
Me and
on
You.
to something.
See,
Is that right?
I know, I liked Cassie. I knew Cassie when she was in Dahlia's magazine. Do y'all, the girls, do y'all remember Dahlia's magazine?
Hell
Wait, why you
no.
saying girls
Delia?
like you don't know
No.
what Daniel's magazine is?
I
Uh-uh.
know
I
she
don't
said
know
the
what that
girls,
is.
but I'll still say hell no.
See, OJ don't even know. So
No,
okay,
I don't
so
know either.
I've known her since she's been in that magazine. So I know a lot of her songs, but was she like a huge big artist like Meg or whatever?
She
Wait,
was more of a
Dre.
choreographer to me, a dancer. Like she
Right.
danced more than anything. Like she that's why I looked at Cat remember her morally from is from her dance moves.
I just always remember her as Diddy's girl. You know what I mean? That's
I
See,
Diddy.
so
I ain't gonna
for the
lie.
longest,
I
I didn't
thought
know that it was Diddy's girl. I always thought that was just his
I've
I
never
girlfriend.
thought
thought that until
for the longest I thought Cassie had like
His little thing, his little piece, you know?
I thought she had like three good songs. Diddy said, I like that, I want it, swept her up, and from there I thought that's how we got here. No cap.
that's how we got here, right?
I mean, that kind of is
Yeah.
how it was.
I'm
Yeah.
just hey, that's what it looked like. So if I'm
Welcome
if
back,
I'm not
Mike.
far off,
He found her in the
Mike,
magazine.
Mike, you was having technical difficulties.
Yeah, my computer decided to update.
The
Shut down
baby
the update.
oil done slipped
Maybe
on
you
the
need to take
computer.
the baby oil. Too much
Yeah,
oil.
that baby
Too much
oil
No,
done
oil.
no,
slipped.
no, wait.
facts.
We're missing something important. Mike, tell them why you have a new computer today.
Oh, why?
So it's just a little slip and fall. Okay, it was just a
It's
little.
porn,
Baby,
isn't
I
it?
told you the baby oil. He done slipped on the baby oil.
You done slipped on the baby oil. This is funny. That's hilarious. Look, OJ's like,
Wait,
what?
you didn't even tell y'all the story yet.
You know what it made me think of? That interview with ASAP Rocky where he said, "Man, no homo, but we was slipping on semen." You know?
Oh wow! No, I didn't.
I ain't never seen that one.
Oh
Okay,
my
so all
god!
I need,
Watch that
ladies,
one. No, I
Oh,
didn't
bro,
see
you
that
gotta
one.
go watch it. His homie looked at him like,
all y'all that don't
Slipping on
know,
semen. Oh, that is crazy.
for
Oh, my
all
bad.
y'all
I'm
that don't
sorry.
know,
Didn't say that.
Mike got a new big ass house. So what happened, Mike? Why you got to get a new computer?
A big ass house. It's just a small little house. And no, I was just
Tell the story.
I was running up the stairs, and tripped
Mm.
and
Did he
fell.
have
Baby
the
oil.
computer
Don't
in your
leave that
hand?
out.
I didn't have nobody to clean up the room like Cassie.
You know what I hate? This is what I hate. When people sit around with their girls or their boys and they tell a story, like he told the story to me earlier, it was so much better, and now he tells
It's
it on
like
the
now
live.
he's
It's
out
like,
being shy, huh?
oh,
Shame.
Because it's something that he said that he don't want us to know.
Mm-hmm.
He
What
don't
you
want to
say,
He
tell
Pooh?
only
us.
just throwing them out there, throwing them
Not
out
with that big ass bottle of baby oil in the behind your head.
he was on the
I'm
Can't be
telling
computer.
that
you.
shy.
He was on the computer, and his wife caught him on a day nap, and she smashed that shit over his head.
Oh shit!
You fell
Damn.
asleep. You can't be falling asleep at that
Damn.
time.
Damn.
Don't give me a
Hey,
clue.
man, you got caught
Damn.
slipping.
I would have went with slipping on semen.
Oh my God. Okay.
Mm.
All right,
Mm.
ladies, y'all have to watch this. The guys watched this yesterday. Tell me what you think of this. Well,
Didn't
what the hell?
kissing his
All this.
mother.
Yeah, my mom's is gorgeous. Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom. Called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah,
I love you.
I love you too.
My baby.
Mom, freshly dipped though.
Whoa,
All right.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Nah.
whoa,
I
What did
can't.
he
Hey,
shoot?
you didn't even let it finish. You did not let it
whoa,
finish.
whoa,
Video. That was a
I
different.
don't
That
even
was a
see.
short. That was a
whoa,
different
Oh,
video. He later went on to say,
Look at Ty
Mom be
face. Look at
dancing on the
Ty.
floor with her palms
Oh,
flat."
stuff.
Wait,
we
what
go
did
to
he
the
say
strip
now?
club. She had her palms flat on the
Look
ground.
at OJ. Are you
You
froze?
know the crazy thing about
Nah,
that?
because at least from at the end of the video, he said some really outlandish shit.
Wait,
If
what
I
did he
think
say?
he said what I thought he said at the end. So look, I've seen plenty of men kiss their mom. That's honestly not that
On the
weird
lips
to me.
like that?
Not
Okay,
in the
I don't
mouth.
think
I want to be real. I'm not saying it's not weird. I think it's weird
it's weird.
personally, but I have seen plenty of men do it.
I
I'm
have
not
not
saying it's
seen
not weird.
any.
I'm not saying it's not weird, but I have seen men do it. The thing he said some other shit where it was like the way she be laid out in the sun. I don't know, maybe I misheard. But he was talking about the way she laid out or something. That's when it got weird to me.
You didn't hear
It's
anything. It got
and
weird.
then the way his mom looked
When
at
did
him
he
was
say? What
also
she
very,
say?
very
He
creepy.
laid
Yeah,
out
yeah.
where? What you mean she said? He said she laid out. When?
No,
You'd have to
he
go
was
back and play the video
I,
again.
I think it was a
her
different video.
clothes.
He didn't say that video.
Clothes at the time.
It might have been the different video Keone
No,
was
he
talking
said she
about.
draped out. She
That's how I heard him
sung.
say
It
it.
was some like that's what I'm like. His context can be taken very odd, and then
After
his mom was looking at him very creepily. Like
Yeah.
she also
No,
asked
he
for the
said she
kiss
draped
too.
out.
She also asked for the kiss. So like, let's not act like she didn't ask
Yeah.
for her to kiss him.
His eyes. So
Like
But what if she wasn't asking for the lips? What if he just did the lips?
Yeah,
Because
he
he's
said she dripped out.
No,
He
he
ain't say
said
laid out.
no. That's not okay. Oh Jesus Christ! He's talking. That was a short. That was only like 30 seconds. He's talking about in the whole video. Towards the end of the video, like the next time a show is a longer version, I can't show like the whole video without stopping it because YouTube. But she was talking about how she was laid out, just like in this one that I'm gonna show. He's talking about how she be dancing with her palms flat.
the fuck does it even mean?
that's what I want to know.
She's so
Cassie. I
pinky,
don't.
they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be, especially with me.
I don't even want to get started with you doing that. We're not doing that. Cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing. Outside moving and shaking, baby.
Got that right.
She come with me to strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. You know, I want to live life. Be out here moving and grooving. So my mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep
What
moving.
does that
Don't
mean?
stop.
She could touch the floor with her palms.
All right, pause
You
it,
know?
pause it, 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 pause
All
it,
right,
pause
so
it, pause it,
this
pause
is
it,
what
pause
this
it,
is what
pause
I
it,
was talking about.
pause it.
This is what I was talking about, Keone.
Nah,
When he said she could
nah,
touch the floor with her palms, he's meaning that
nah.
the floors are clean. That you got y'all
That is
taking that
not
way
what.
too in
That's
a
not
different
what she's
direction.
talking. That is
He said,
not
That
what
is
she's saying.
not what
Just
she
let
shaking
it
talked.
and
That
play.
moving. He
nah.
said,
Come
shaking and moving.
Let
now,
it
No,
come on
play.
She could
now.
touch a floor to the
Let it
September.
floor.
play because he was out. You got to think about what
That
he
September.
is
said in the
no
beginning. In the
September.
Look,
You
beginning,
could
he
try.
said,
No September.
I
We
don't
not.
believe that
We
September.
not
He
gonna sit
said
up here
listen,
and be
He
facetious.
said
listen.
she's
He
shaking and
said she
moving.
can go to the strip club with me.
"Come on now,
She
y'all."
could be out here at the strip club with me, and she could touch the floor with her palms.
Shaking and
No,
moving.
he said,
We
I
know.
think she bending
We
it
know.
over, shaking her
Shaking and moving.
ass.
We know what that means.
She
You can try to
flexible.
And get
dress it
that
up
money
however
on.
you want.
he said my mom knows how to have a good time.
"My
What
mom
the?
knows how to have
What
a
does
good
that
time.
mean,
She be out
bro?
here in the
What do
strip
Cause
you
club."
he
mean by
That
that?
evil laugh, that
And
evil
then he
laugh. My
said
mom
she
has
be.
a
And
chat.
so nobody heard him stutter mad hard when he said she be touching. She be
Yes.
touching.
You
So
gotta let it
nobody
play
peeped
because I
that.
don't think y'all
I
getting it.
did. That's why I said hell no September. He don't mean cleaning the floors. He mean she be on
He
her
No,
fucking
he
I
be
didn't say she
catching her,
cleaning up
bro.
floors. I didn't. I'm not saying that she was cleaning up no floor.
She
I'm
cleaned
saying he's
something.
saying that she could touch a clean floor, meaning like she's it's royalty like that. That's what I'm
Oh,
taking it as.
girl, sit down.
Let it
hell
Nah.
play. Let it
no.
play
He's
out. Let
saying
it
he
play
just
out.
said
Hell
his
no.
mom
Not
is
your baby
nasty.
oil. Not your
He
baby
said his
oil.
mom is with it.
My
He
mom be
literally said
doing
my
that
mom is saying
vacuum
oh
thing.
she be at the strip club. My
He said,
mom with
hold
it.
on,
She
hold on, hold
nasty.
on, hold on, hold on.
I say
Maybe us and the rest of the world are hearing something different. Hold on.
Told
you
me, she
play it,
just said, keep
please.
moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep
What does keep
moving.
moving, baby
Don't
mean?
stop.
She could
Don't
touch.
stop.
She
Don't
could
stop.
touch the floor with her palms. You know,
Flat.
flat. Oh, take pew pew pew.
Yeah,
Pew, pew,
yeah,
pew.
yeah.
You
Nah,
can
he said
she
she
said,
could touch
you
the
can
floor
take
with her
it. Pew,
palms.
pew,
He
pew.
could touch
I
the
ain't gonna
floor with
lie.
her palms.
Can I say the elephant in the room?
It's
Go
just like
ahead,
no.
elephant
I
in the
mean,
room.
like no. This is not even just about P Diddy. This is what society does to me that makes me have an aneurysm. People tell you exactly what they mean with their words, and then everybody will go, "Well, what they meant was
Hmm.
no." He told me what he meant.
Mm-hmm.
He would have clarified
So
it.
I just took it as he was saying that she could eat off the floor, like
She
meaning that
probably
she
do
could
that
touch
too.
And
She
she
just
could
like
eat
probably
clean
do
off
the
the
that
marble
floor.
as well.
floors is. Like that's how clean the marble floor. That's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm taking
September,
that
all
you're
I'm
as.
right.
saying is he
Wait, hold
said
on,
my
OJ.
mama taught me to keep moving, baby, and she said don't stop.
Don't stop.
Pew, pew.
So
He getting
no.
this
Look
bread.
look
He
at how
getting this
no. She
bread.
said it like this. She said don't
Y'all not
stop.
this slow.
I
Man,
so
And then when no, 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 wait,
It's too
OJ.
funny, but
When
it
she
is.
said it, he
He an
said.
old school mama.
When she said it, he said,
you
"I,
seen it in his face, right? He said,
I ain't finna play with you."
yeah,
huh.
yeah, right. Don't stop. Like, bro, no. I'm sorry. To be clear, he's smashing his mom. They've been doing this since he been young. I'm
He had no
sorry. I'm
hope
sorry.
growing up.
She the one got him into it.
Mike said it.
She mama diddy.
I
Mike
agree.
said
Mama
this.
diddy.
Mike said this on Tuesday when he saw this clip. He said, "Oh, he ain't had no chance since he was a kid."
Exactly. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people that are like rapists and they molesters, it's happened to them. They're just repeating it.
Yes,
Look at R. Kelly. He
it's
went
what
through the
they were
same
taught.
thing. He was
It's what they're
molested.
taught.
So
Okay,
I
hold
believe
on.
it.
All right,
I
hold
don't know.
on,
Maybe I just need to just look at the
hold on.
video on my
Let's
own
not
and
canvass
gather
everyone
my.
who's
I don't
been.
know, or maybe I'm just just. not looking at it as like that. Like the only disgusting thing to me that she did was kiss him in the mouth. But it seemed like he was she was just explaining that they real tight. They real tight. Like I
September,
didn't
I'm
get
gonna be real
Honestly
with you.
sounded like druggy,
everything,
but
but
September,
she
she
I'm
was
being
didn't
so
the
real
whole
with you. I'm
time.
not even trying to be funny. Him kissing her on the lips might have been the most normal thing in that
Yeah, that
video.
might have been
nah,
the least.
that ain't normal. That's not
No, no,
Like,
no,
normal.
that's not
I'm
what
not
he
even
said.
trying to be funny
Uh-huh.
though. That might have been
That's
the
not
most
normal.
normal thing in that video out
Even
of everything he
nowadays, that's
said
right.
after kissing her.
He's not saying kissing on the lips was normal. What he's trying to express is
It's
kissing on
not
the lips
normal. Right.
was no. What I'm saying, he's not saying it's normal. He's saying in that video that was the least of the disturbing things in that video.
Yeah.
That
I
was the
mean,
least.
And
Maya Angelou said, "When somebody shows you who they are, believe them."
There were
and
so many ways he could have worded it about going, having fun, going out to the club with his mom.
and
But he chose that way.
and also
He chose the way because it was the real way.
as guys, we've been in the unfortunate situation to have been around those really weird, creepy friends where we learn that when they say stuff like this, they're not fucking joking. They're being halfway serious. Like, they're actually just really weird. And sometimes you gotta peep how they're saying it, and they're actually being a creep. And they're just like trying to make it sound funny because they don't have that social click in there. Some people like actually lack that, and that's what we're telling y'all is like it can, well, not y'all, well, yeah, y'all because viewers, but it's like, yes, bro, like, go ahead.
Yeah, shit's creepy.
Oh, I thought he had something to say, but it's like, yeah,
Right,
bro.
keep talking. I'm
I
like,
thought I was unmuted. I'm gonna play the 2 minute video in its entirety. I'm gonna stop it at 1 minute just so we can say some stuff so it doesn't go 2 minutes and YouTube goes crazy. This time when you watch it, it's like when you go back and rewatch a movie. This time when you watch it, September, watch the mannerisms, watch the eyes, watch the features. Just watch the video. Don't assume what they're saying. Don't think. Just watch, look,
their
observe their
reactions, their
mannerisms,
Yes,
reactions with each
there's a
other.
reason they're wearing shades. Pay attention.
and
he's
hear.
the only one with shade.
That
She
shit.
don't got on
Yeah,
shades, so
here
really
we
look
go.
at
Here we go. Just observe,
Wait.
listen, and just observe.
Yeah, my mom's gorgeous. Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom. Called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah,
I love you.
I love you too.
Look how she looking at him before she
Like
say
she's
the most.
I
lusty
ain't gonna
over
lie,
him.
Keone, I had something to say already too, bro. Can I say it too?
Look how she
She's
looking at him.
lusty.
My
So,
mama ain't never said I love you. Looked in like
and
she want me to look
and
deep into
ladies,
her eye.
respectfully, anytime you've been out with a man and he put you on camera, is that not the same exact way you say, hey, hi? That is not how your mom say hey to whoever's on your phone.
the way she
And
looked up and down.
I'm good, baby. I'm with you. That don't sound like something your mama tell you. That sound like something my shawty
What?
would tell me.
Right.
It's the
Like, bro,
look,
what?
the
It's weird.
sensual.
It's weird how she's talking to him. Everything
Yeah.
about it is weird and what she's saying. I'm just was going off the whole floor part. I'm not
Wait, hold on. We ain't
denying.
get to that part yet. Hold on. We gonna say that part. We ain't get to that part yet. It's the whole sensual look in the eyes for me. Hold on.
My baby.
Mom freshly dipped though.
What? What you gotta do? Show my feet?
I was trying to show
Okay, see, he was trying to show her feet.
He was showing her jewelry. He said, "My mama's dip." He was showing her jewelry and her
Yeah, we
nails.
ain't worried about that part.
yeah, my mom was
That's how they
single.
get you, bro. He got to make it sound like two different things, dog. He messed up the camera. He was trying to show her toes and messed up, bro. That's him being 40. You gotta peep in between the lines.
Wanted to show her
No,
feet
I
for
think he
what?
was trying to show
To
her
say
outfit.
I'm dipped.
Oh my
He was
She
trying to
god.
showed
show
her
her.
feet. I'm
He was
confused.
he was trying to show her September. He was trying to show her whole outfit and her jewelry.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
All
he
so.
was
right,
showing how
yeah,
she got her jewelry, her nails
all
done,
right,
how pretty she
yeah.
look. Is
That's
what
what
he's
Jimmy
all
said.
right.
saying.
My fault. I'm reaching. I'm reaching. My
Yeah,
fault. I'm
OJ's
reaching.
OJ's pointed it to you. All right.
mom's are single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
What does that mean? I'm
Right.
sorry.
But I
Me and my
mean,
Like,
mom's
they
Why
don't
are
hate
would
on
asked
you
your
me
hate
the
on
mom.
your
question.
mom?
They asked
I'm
me
not
the
gonna hate on
question.
my mom.
Am
She's
You
single.
hate on
What
your
does
mom.
that mean?
Wait, did he say I'm not gonna hit on my mom or y'all?
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't know because
He
Mom.
said
OJ.
He
I'm not
said,
gonna
He
I'm
hit on
not
said,
my
gonna hit
I'm
on
mom.
my
not gonna hit on
mom.
my mom's.
I don't know because OJ didn't wait for the pause.
Can you go back a little bit,
No, he did say
Candace?
that. He did
Sounds like
say
a
that.
jealous
I'm gonna
man.
go back a little bit. I thought he said hate on, but hold on. You gotta wait for the pause, OJ. You gotta wait for the
My
pause.
bad, my bad, my bad.
Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. And she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be. That it will be.
I don't even want to get started if she was doing that. We're not doing that, cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing.
No,
Outside moving and shaking, baby.
you got that right.
She come with me to strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. You know, I want to live life. Be out here moving and grooving. So my mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving. She
Don't stop.
she could touch the floor with her palms. You know,
Flat.
flat. Oh, take pew pew pew.
All right, pause. Please pause. Okay, so all right. I ain't gonna say nothing now. I ain't gonna say nothing now.
Because
I
what
ain't
does
saying nothing.
pew 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 mean?
It looked like he was breathing heavily as he was saying that. Like he was lusting after his own
But
mother.
he's also talking to other people on the other he's talking on an Instagram or something like he's
No,
talking to
It's like he
people
was
like
talking
he
about
He's on live. He's on
yeah,
live.
he doing a live talking. Like he
yeah,
ain't giving
and that don't. What does that have to do with it?
Their
like
chemistry and their freaking
he
it
made me
doesn't have
feel
like their
like
chemistry and
a little bit.
everything is weird. It's
Bro,
very weird. But what he's explaining to me, like I don't know, like I'm
yes,
not looking at
bro.
it like that. I'm looking at it like he just having a conversation, and everything that he's saying about his mom is that
It's
he
because
values her.
people like him have been called out for this before. So they get very good at telling you what it is and making it sound like two or three different things, bro. They
That
get
is true.
really good at that because
Well,
they know they're a
That's
creep.
their power of
it's not
manipulation.
even.
Like
It's not even a disguise. It's because we get a persona and we believe that. So when they have a persona, they say the best way to trick somebody is to tell them exactly what you're doing. Bill
Mhm.
Cosby used to make the Spanish fly jokes. And then everybody was surprised when they found out he was putting Spanish fly in people's drinks, right? R. Kelly used to tell us what he was doing. P.
In
Diddy
all
was
his
telling us
songs.
what he was doing.
that's what
But
I'm saying. And it's like you also got to think if this is really who he is, he can't help but snitch on himself. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like if you're really doing what you're doing, right or wrong, you can't help but it just be known that that's what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. It's like you have to like it's almost like not even reading in between the lines. But like what Keone said, you just got to see what he's saying as is, bro, and not try to fall for the clouds that he try to throw around it.
But
Taishay,
I
when
do
you're
want to know. I do want to know for all of y'all though, when it comes to this trial, because I keep seeing all these mixed opinions and stuff, and people feeling like, oh, this isn't Rico. Like he's just a nasty guy. Like he needs to be free. What do y'all feel about that? Like, do
I
y'all
believe
think that this is like a real case, like a
yeah,
good case
well,
that's been
I'm gonna
He's a
answer
real
that one
case.
because mine gonna be short, and I've said this a million times. It's number one, it's a RICO, and there's a reason why the feds have a 95% conviction rate because they don't come to court to lose. They don't bring you to court until they have every single thing to
Every
lock you down. That's why Martha Stewart,
yes.
once the feds came, she just threw her hands up because when the feds come, they got you. Yes, it's a RICO. You've got too many examples. When you fly people across state lines to do these things, it the proof is in the pudding.
ooh.
Okay, it's evidence. And I said this Tuesday. One thing that males do not like to do publicly is tell people about times that they could not perform. What male wants to talk about when they couldn't perform? So when an exotic dancer who's it's his job to perform, it's his whole persona, tells you he couldn't perform because of the things that he saw, for instance, her getting hit with the frying pan and violently R-worded in front of him and then told it's his turn and he said he was so grossed out he couldn't perform. Who admits that? Not a man.
I didn't
Men
even
don't.
know that. I didn't know all that.
I
Wow.
didn't
That's
even
very
Oh,
true.
that was day one trial. Yes.
That's
Well,
crazy.
because he would fly people in. He wanted to, he would want to see people have sex with her.
Hmm.
And you heard the just rub the semen on my nipples.
Yeah, that shit is
Yeah.
Here we go.
sick shit. I don't
Well,
care what. I mean, it don't matter. Like, I get people being a freak, being whatever they want to be, and doing whoever they want to do. That's cool. But do it like, like
And
why?
it's
what you
like,
mean ill? There's people out here
that's what he
swallowing. You
likes.
not ill about some
Well,
nipples?
see,
and I know
that's
this
that's where
is,
I'm just like the virgin of everybody because I don't do
but it's
that.
like, and it's like I know this is a little off the field, but it really makes me think of what Biggie could have went through though, bro.
Yeah, I think Biggie. I think
Like
he did
All of the
Biggie too.
celebrities have
that could have been
all
a
of
whole nother thing, bro.
So here's a conspiracy theory of mine, right, about that.
Okay.
Biggie was under P Diddy, and then he died, right? And then P Diddy came out with a Grammy Award winning tribute song to him. I don't know. That's just what I think about sometimes. Like, what if he did it? To
What
he,
if?
He did
I
do
don't
it.
think
I'm
I
like,
don't. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't
what
think it's
if?
a debate on whether he did it or not. It's more so of like what did Biggie go through to end up having it be done to him.
Him, right.
because
Didn't listen.
Big. I don't think Biggie would go for any of that.
Didn't follow
That
Hell
orders.
Yeah, but
nah.
you not listen to his
A
songs. He
lot
be
of
talking
these
No, no,
about
no. I'm not
everything
saying.
and
I
his
think Biggie was
stuff.
definitely going both ways, but as far as
Yeah.
how it was like happening, I don't think it could have been consensual. I
Ill.
don't know about that.
I
a
mean,
lot
yeah,
of
just
celebrities
Biggie in
that
general.
y'all
That's
gotta think
gross.
about is a lot of them go through like will probably be silent in these situations because of their income. This is where their income comes from. They're gonna keep it silent. It's reasons why that they don't
Right.
say.
I feel
It's
like Biggie
reasons.
was getting to a point where he was like, "This shit is too much for me, and I ain't feeling it." And
Absolutely.
Diddy was like, "Well, you gotta go." Period.
Mhm.
Point blank.
Your
Pretty
time.
much.
Or
Yeah.
you either die or you stay silent.
And
Yeah.
then I was told, like they were saying Pac, Diddy had stuff to do with Pac. They were saying that he tried to, do Pac, and Pac was like, "I'm not with that shit," and he wanted to
Yeah.
off him because of that.
Just just a funny side quest on it. Y'all remember when 50 Cent was in an interview and he was like, I knew Diddy was weird when he asked me to go shopping.
Yes. I knew it.
But
Yes,
what's
I
the name of
did.
like
Biggie was his artist. Biggie
like
was they were wasn't he Puffy's
He only
artist?
mute yourself by
yeah.
imitating
Why you figuring that out? You over here overstimulating Tasha.
or something. I'm like, I'm trying to listen to too much
Yeah, but a
stuff.
lot of those singers and artists and dancers and stuff like that, people they a reason why they don't really say anything, you guys, it could be a lot of reasons. It can be from losing where they live, it can be a lot of things, comfort, money, all of those things that come into play when it comes to not saying anything, like the
Yeah.
power
The
Yeah.
threats of their
Their
family.
Well, wait,
contracts
wait.
can be
Mhm.
very weird.
Well, we're
Mhm.
forgetting the one cynical thing that we try to think about because we don't want to victim blame anybody. But sometimes it's also because you done did some shit and they've got the dirt on you, so you got to
That's
keep
also
your
Exactly.
mouth
true.
shut.
That
That
too. But
yeah.
then again, some of them did because it wasn't their story to
No,
tell
no,
too.
no,
Like
no, no, no,
a lot of them,
no.
like I ain't saying nothing. That ain't my story to tell. Somebody else gonna tell that story. Like it ain't their place to say it. Like a lot of them probably stay silent for that reason too. Like it's not their place to tell
I
that
don't think
person's
that
story.
might be it, but
It
I do
depends.
believe, yeah.
Well, no. I know it in a sense. Let's say, okay, me and Taisha are friends. Let's say we live in the same area, and she gets R worded, right? And she tells me, I can't go out and tell the world. That's
There
not.
you go. See,
She has to.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And that's what
I do
I think
understand.
that's what you mean,
Yeah,
September. That's not my
gotcha.
yeah.
story to tell.
Yeah,
You may
that
not
makes
be
sense.
ready to address that.
Mhm.
So, but
Hmm.
this is the one thing I'm gonna show you this video. It has nothing to do with Diddy, but when you hear the ending, this is how you know everywhere in entertainment that this is prevalent. Just hear the end of the joke. It's Ryder Piper was a wrestler. Uh, Idiot Bill Maher was talking about how wrestling was fake and all of that. So I don't want to play the whole clip. It's the ending of the clip for me.
So, sir, the difference is.
What?
He's gonna
okay.
strike.
No.
Just don't show me your ass again.
Listen, I ain't backstage, man.
Yeah. Well,
All right. You know,
and I'm
you
not
know,
dropping my pants in front of other men. But go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, how'd you get the job?
First of all, why did I
You
think
know,
that guy in the red was Jerry Springer?
that was such a
Wow.
that was such an under like
That
this
is
is what I say when we look back on stuff. That was like 30 almost 30 years ago when we paid no attention to the ending of that joke. Well, how'd you get the job? Oh, he's
the guy
ribbing them.
looked uncomfortable to me. The guy
No.
that said that, yeah, he looked very uncomfortable. Like, oh my gosh, they're spilling it. Like
Like he
yeah, he
knows, he knows.
Nah, he
looked.
did kind of start frying him as if like he was trying to like hint at like, hey
He
yo,
was
you need
trying
to
to
chill
hold it
out
back,
because I
and
will
then he was
fry
like,
you.
"Should I?" And then he was like, "Yeah." He was like, kind of didn't want to
He
do it,
did
and
kind of
then
hint
it's
at it. I
like,
ain't gonna
No,
lie.
no. So to give you context, what happened is he's a wrestler, and everybody always used to tell them back then wrestling was fake, and they used to be insulted by it. So
Mm.
what he meant by "show your ass" is when he told him it was fake, he stood up and he pulled part of his shorts down. He said, "I've had a hip replacement, 2 surgeries, stab." He showed like all of his injuries, so that's why he was like, "Well, I don't want you to pull your pants down again." That's
Uh-huh.
how he said that. But then he was like, "I'm not pulling down my pants in front of a bunch of guys." He's like, "Well, how'd you get the job?" Back then, it was like, "Oh, what a rib," but now it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Nah, you might have actually got that job
That
like that.
shit was going on.
It makes you think about a lot of people, like a lot of people that made it to the top. What'd you
oh
do to
yeah,
get there? You
yeah."
know?
Like
sometimes
everything
it
comes
was
out
a piece of
about like
change.
Richard Pryor sleeping with Marlon Brando and all kinds of stuff just comes out
The
Hmm.
now.
industry is
Oh
crazy
wow,
out
I didn't know that.
there.
Wow, he
Richard was
slept with
first of
who?
all, Richard Pryor told you he was a crackhead, and you can't put nothing above a crackhead.
Mm.
Right. Like
Yeah.
This
it's a
would be
wrap
all a
there.
breach of contract too. Y'all got to think of the things of reasons why they do these things too. Like it could be like a breach of contract. They're not going to say anything because it's going to breach the contract.
You said Richard
So I'm
Pryor
gonna
slept with who?
Marlon
see. I'm
Brando.
going to keep this as a secret.
Wait,
Well,
what?
the NDAs, they have them sign the NDAs,
The
not the contract.
NDA's breach of
The
contract, like
NDAs.
things that can like take them really out, like Biggie and all.
Well,
Of, like y'all saying,
well,
like Biggie probably was in that whole situation, whole boat, and he ain't say nothing. Took him out.
well, they don't put it in the contract. You'd be a
Okay.
moron to put it in the contract, but it's the NDAs that you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, it is
Isn't
definitely
an
not.
NDA a contract?
Huh? Yeah,
Isn't
but
an
I'm talking about
NDA a
like not
contract?
their music contract or their agency agreement and all of that. But what?
This guy?
Marlon Brando. Why'd you
Wait,
pick
that's
the oldest picture of him?
wait. Richard Pryor slept with him.
This is the guy y'all are talking about that he slept with.
Why'd you pick the 50-year-old picture of him?
Richard Pryor slept with him. That's
Well, Richard
crazy.
Pryor pretty old too, so
Yes or no? Is this
No,
is the
he's
guy?
old, but we knew him because of our age.
that's
Richard,
crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
no, that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. That's actually hilarious.
I mean, it's been going on for so long. It's
Yeah,
Wow.
it
I
ain't
like
and
you
then
know
just think
what?
about the people
Look,
that died mysteriously. It makes
yeah.
you
Yeah,
like
no,
be
I
like,
like how
It's not.
OJ shows like the 50-year-old Marlon Brando. Like, oh, this guy.
yeah, he like
I, in the
that
first
was
four pictures I seen, I ain't gonna lie to me, that was the best one.
No, it's not. I'm gonna show you. Look, you're so ridiculous.
Well,
Look,
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing men as attractive, sir. I'm sorry. That
oh,
didn't come from. It
all
didn't
right,
come from
smart
y'all.
ass.
It didn't come from
All right, you
the
fucking
correct
smart ass. You
opinion.
want to fucking play around and be a smart ass
oh,
now?
he's nice looking. He's nice
Marcus
Yeah,
looking.
that was him when
Okay,
they
that's
were.
see, that's a better picture. I'll give you
That's
that.
him when they were
yeah. You
young
done
and they
gave
knew
us
each
the
other.
whole the outfit.
I'll show OJ when he's 72, and I'll be like, this motherfucker.
That was a good picture, OJ. That I liked that picture though. He was a handsome guy.
he was
I
Hey,
gay.
this
honestly
was
didn't think it was that bad of a picture for at least a guy that was his
I'm not gonna
age
show
and what
the
it may have
picture
been.
of Taisha now. I'm gonna wait till she's 70 and has grandkids and got a tooth falling out. I'm like, this bitch?
I didn't know
hey,
I was
my
supposed to
I'm
show a good
65
picture.
with
I
my one
just
piece and
found.
everything.
Never mind. I'm making it worse.
No, I was just laughing because of the way you said he slept with this guy, and I'm like, well, if you're gonna say that,
the
pick a more
'70s
flattering
picture.
picture.
What year
He
was
didn't
that?
look. Ah, shit.
It wasn't
It
bad
was
though.
like
The picture wasn't bad.
1970.
I mean, if you know who Richard Pryor is, I mean, Richard Pryor up there. So it's
Hold
like,
on. Can we
yeah.
open up cell block 7 for OJ, please? No, not that OJ. OJ Street. That OJ.
Backing him up. Post, he the photo police. You call.
Oh my God. Oh, it was a good discussion.
Right.
Mike, you're still here.
I'm still here.
I
Yes, I'm still here.
mean, come on,
He's
Mike.
still with me.
What is
It's
your
not letting me.
input? Let us know how that baby oil feel.
Not
Yeah,
how the
he
baby.
been chilling on it.
I didn't have a big boy.
You
So
know,
Um,
we was
Mm.
talking about this Tuesday. Anybody who's been in the industry knows when you go to an industry party, there's places to stay out. Like when you go to a party and you're walking around, you're like, "Oh, black curtains. What's behind there?" No, just keep walking.
that was my part.
You, you don't want to know what's behind the black
So you
curtains.
automatically right. So you would have been out if you would have seen some black curtains.
I say the same thing I said Tuesday that Marlon Wayne say. When I go to parties, I know to watch certain people, and when they hit the road, I know it's time for me to hit the road.
okay.
You wouldn't stay and enjoy?
Why risk it? I don't see why people risk it in this day and age, anyway.
I mean,
Ah, I'm not. See, look,
some people like that freaky kind of stuff, and that's all right.
I
Nothing wrong
don't.
with being freaky.
It's not that I'm gonna want to stay and enjoy. I
Well,
just want to know it's real, and then I'm gonna leave. After that, I'm
You
good.
gonna watch a
I just,
little
I
bit?
just,
I
All
truly
I
right.
don't
just,
get
I just want to
I would do
get
that too. I would peek in, like,
Honestly,
just
hold up,
a
what's
little
in
bit of
here?
information to know what's happening, and then I'm gone.
that that is exactly how I feel. Like I want to see if it's actually happening, and then I'm like,
I'm
okay,
gonna
I'm
peek
gonna
in
go.
there. I'm gonna peek.
that's where I differ
I
from
just,
y'all. I'm
I'm
talking
cool.
about parties where I
Yeah,
don't
so
know
I'm
people.
peeking in too.
I've
And
been
then
at
if you
parties
got the
where
hand,
I've gone through. I'm not gonna say a lie. I ain't an angel like Taisha. I've been at parties when I've gone through the curtain and have done some wild stuff. Done some crazy wild sexual stuff. But where I draw the
congratulations.
line, no. But here's the
Yo, let
thing:
me
where
talk
I draw
about it.
the line is when it comes to the R word and assaulting
Yeah.
and people doing stuff against their
oh
will.
yeah,
That
definitely.
ain't got.
So
If everybody's consensual in there and we're all
But in
adults,
that situation, though,
what
what
if
if
you
you
like
don't
you
know?
drunk and
Because it
stuff
is against
already?
their will if they're drugged, but they're into
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
because they're
saying. Like, what if
drugged.
you're drunk
How
and
would you
drugs
even
up?
know?
what are you talking? I'm not. Listen, okay. I don't know what popularity I think I have. I'm not in a room with 100 people. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 people. You can clearly tell if somebody is hooked up. Now everybody seems drunk. I'm talking
Yeah.
about when you verbally hear someone saying no, or verbally seeing someone trying to get away, or stop,
Mhm.
or like anytime I've been in any type of those situations back in the day. As soon as there a hint of uncomfortableness, I'm like, no, this ends.
Yeah.
It definitely
It ain't
become
a
the habit.
well, come
Like, nah, like
on, you know.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I always said this. This is the thing that gets men in trouble. Ladies, there's a difference between stop and stop. No.
Mhm.
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
no is no. It don't matter how you say it.
I ain't gonna lie. At this point, bro, I'll be killing the whole vibe. I'll be
Yeah,
like, so are you
especially in
sure or are you good?
You
Mike,
better
I
get
don't
that
even be
job.
caring no
okay,
more.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
even be caring if the vibe get fucked up. I'm just like, nah, are you good though? Like, are we
yeah.
straight though?
I can't. She cut
Can't
you
do it.
off, and all I heard was sometimes I be killing the whole. Like what?
Oh, damn.
Yo,
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you, ladies. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna show you, ladies, what happens when Mike finally gets to talk. Okay.
Right.
This is me saying, Mike, you got lost in the show again. You haven't said a whole thing. So OJ gave him the floor.
hold on, everybody, stop talking. Mike, you got the floor, full screen. Give it to Mike.
not full screen.
I know.
He leaned back. He leaned back, took a whole breath, and as soon as he went forward, I just
I was getting ready to talk.
Yeah. You ain't ready to talk. Don't be doing him like that.
That's
Terrible.
cold. That's cold.
Oh man.
oh.
I'm a joke to you. Yeah. Am
You
I a
said
joke to
what?
you? Am I a joke to you?
You want me to answer that honestly? You gonna answer that with a big ass bottle of baby oil behind you.
I'm looking at it.
Look,
You
No,
just
your timing, your
finally
timing
look,
is
okay,
crazy.
Mike.
All
Okay,
clever.
fix your
that
stuff, Mike.
says Johnson on it, which is
Mike,
the one place you like to put baby oil on your Johnson.
Slippery silent Mike.
And if there's
Oh
anybody
my
who knows
god,
about
bro.
babies and oil, it's
Mm-mm.
Apparently.
I'm just gonna go and get my room. I'm finna go get my room, Taishay. I'm finna go get
Oh my
Yeah, you
god.
go do that. You go ahead and go up there
I'm finna
and,
walk on down and go get in my room, okay?
and close the door behind you.
This man.
Oh hell no.
You in there. You in there for real.
God damn.
Oh boy.
Ready.
All
Man,
right,
I
my
know we working towards something greater, but
He
you can get a
eating
better
plate.
bed than that. What the fuck you got going on, bro? You your
He
wall,
eating
you don't
plate.
got
Where's your toilet?
he in
all
jail.
right.
it look like it's beside the sink,
Hey,
but the
look,
sink by the
all
bed.
all it needs is a bed. My cell is open for 5 more minutes. Mike, bring the baby oil.
Wait, what?